Alright, let's do Deep-Fried-inator. Looks like we lost how many people? 40 to 22. So what, that's half? Almost half. So this is just straight up hurts my eyes. But let's take a look. Let me pull up the code. So, looking at it right now, we know that this is just straight up vibe coded because it looks disgusting as hell. But we still have to do it, unfortunately. So let me go to source. Let me find the source real quick. Alright, I forgot. Yeah, we're using C# for this challenge. Maybe we're using the right one? Yeah, we are. Alright, here we go. So here's the chall. This pretty much... Oh, there's another part. There's the main controller. Alright. So how it works is that there's these two files, right? Meme controller and deep fry service, right? Meme controller handles the entirety of the website, right? And then deep fry service handles the rendering of the emojis on the images, right? So this is a very interesting looking challenge. Hurted my eyes a lot, so I just word of advice: if you ever get this type of challenge, just delete when you're hosting on your Docker, just delete the CSS file. It looks disgusting. But you could try a lot of stuff here, but just reading through it, it looks pretty interesting. The code, nothing crazy so far. However, you could play around with like the submit meme and registering. But the one thing that's interested me the most would be the deep fry async, right? And so that's in deep fry service. Here's the function, and it uses image magic. I think, right? Yeah, image magic convert. And so pretty much what that is, that immediately should create alarms in your sirens in your head. They should be blaring as loud as possible because that's just that's rendering, server rendering, right? And so if you know anything about file uploads, that means that if you can upload SVG or an XML file, they'll be rendered by image magic, and you can get pretty much, I think you can also get RCE, but for this case we're just gonna stick with what's it called? We're gonna stick with reading the flag. Do we have anything else? No. All right, so let's say register real quick. First let's go over to Burp Suite. Yippee. All right. Let's register. Oh, right. There's also this part. I forgot. You also get this problem where you have to get the invite code. Let me find this. It's in the source. I remember reading it somewhere. Where can I? But I'm trying to find it where it tells me it. Is it here? No. But somewhere it says that the invite code is actually part of the environmental variables. So I'm just trying to look for it. Maybe. But it should be... Oh, I found it here. It's in the reset.sh, and pretty much exports it, right? So it creates the invite code and then exports it to the environmental variables. And then how can we get the environmental variables? Since there's a lot of talking about debugging, we can pretty much, this is purely luck, honestly, but what I did is that I broke, oh my god, this is horrible. So I broke the registering, right? Causing it to, because it only allows alphanumerical characters, right? And if it isn't, then it'll give you a stack trace, right? And that's good, because then we can also see the environmental variables. So here's our invite code. Now if we go back, just put A, we register, we finally have an account, and now let's submit a quick meme. For this to work, you do have to use an emoji, because if you don't use an emoji, then it won't be passed down to ImageMagick. So let me just hide my screen real quick, just so I can call burp. Don't want you freaky deakies looking at my files. Okay, so I'm still pulling up some picture I can upload, but as I said before, it has to be an SVG, and I'll be showing my SVG. So perfect. Here, and then let's just start sharing my screen again. Boom. All right, so as you can see, we got our submit request. Yippee, yippee, yippee. I'm just gonna delete this PNG, whatever, JPEG. So now that we have our emoji, that means that it's gonna get passed to ImageMagick, right, through our Deep-Fry service, the backend. Let's just put in a CVG file, which will allow us to read the flag, right? You can do, there's different ways of doing this, but let me just try to find mine. I think the first time, yeah, this is what I did. Here we go. So we just xlink, ref, and then the text. So what it's gonna do is that the image is actually gonna be the text from flag.txt with 800. Height 600, right? Just put this into repeater just in case, and this turn off proxy. All right. Now let's just send this. Oh, and then if we open image in new tab, we get the flag. That wasn't too bad. That's how you do Deep-Fried-inator. Yeah. So this one's a pretty interesting one. You kind of had to work your way through. Chris did say that he vibe coded the entire thing. So yeah, very, very, very interesting challenge. Always look. One thing that what I learned here is that you always got to look in the back end. Look for specific server-side rendering in the back end. Yeah, so that's it. The last video for, I think I'm making this into a playlist, would be the burger converter, because I didn't do repo.